Welcome to our collection of axioms and adages. Let our love of wisdom be your shortcut to intellectual understanding. Without further ado, let's discuss. The fallacy of reification, also known as hypostatization, is very similar to the equivocation fallacy. Except that instead of using one word and changing its meaning through the argument, it involves taking a word with a normal usage and giving it an invalid usage. Specifically, reification involves ascribing substance or real existence to mental constructs or concepts. An example of the hypostatization fallacy or the fallacy of reification can occur in various arguments. One example is a statement like, "The government has a hand in everybody's business and another in every person's pocket." Or, "I can't believe that the universe would allow humans and human achievement just to fade away. Therefore there must be a God and an afterlife where all will be preserved." These two arguments demonstrate two different ways that the fallacy of reification can be used. In the first argument, the concept of government is assumed to have attributes like desire which more properly belong to volitional creatures, like people. There is an unstated premise that it is wrong for a person to put their hands in your pocket, and it is concluded that it is also immoral for the government to do the same. What this argument ignores is the fact that a government is simply a collection of people, not a person itself. A government has no hands, therefore it cannot pickpocket. If the government's taxing of the people is wrong, it must be wrong for reasons other than a too literal association with pickpocketing. Actually dealing with those reasons and exploring their validity is undermined by eliciting an emotional reaction by using the pickpocketing metaphor. This arguably means that we also have a fallacy of poisoning the well. In the second example previously mentioned, "I can't believe that the universe would allow humans and human achievement just to fade away. Therefore there must be a God and an afterlife where all will be preserved." Here, the attributes being used are more human, which means that this reification is also anthropomorphization. There is no reason to think that the universe, as such, really cares about anything including human beings. Thus, it is invalid to construct a logical argument that relies upon the assumption that the universe does care. Sometimes atheists create an argument using this fallacy which is similar to the first example, but which involves religion. For example, religion attempts to destroy our liberty and is therefore immoral. Various religious doctrines are certainly problematic, and it is true that many religious people attempt to undermine liberty, but it is muddled thinking to confuse the two. Of course, it should be noted that hypostatization or reification is really just the use of metaphor. These metaphors become fallacies when they are taken too far and conclusions are formed on the basis of the metaphor. How we describe a thing has a great influence on what we believe about it. Because of this, the fallacy of reification should teach us to be careful in how we describe things, lest we begin to imagine that our description has an objective essence beyond the language itself. But tell us your thoughts. Does someone you know use reification in an argument you've been in? Or have you unknowingly used reifications to draw your own conclusions and principles in your life? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the thought-provoking edification, be sure to like, share and subscribe for more.